gap amongst the existing list. Then, so this was the traditional process, and this traditional process, it is time consuming. The appeal factor, it is also not that encouraging. So now with the advent of multiple technologies, with this artificial intelligence, there are multiple tools which are available for the literature review. So as we can see that you all can imagine that these are we, while we are writing any research article, almost there are number of articles which are in the form of hard copy or soft copy, and we just keep on thinking that from where I have to read the research article. Is it good to start from the abstract or introduction, or we may just jump to the literature review or the data collection, or we feel that okay, it is concluded, so why not to start in the reverse way. So we have multiple questions that from where we have to start, what kind of keywords we have to find. Okay, and when we find the keywords are very much important in any review paper or in any research article. Keywords are those important words which are often found in any research article pertaining to that topic. So we try to identify the keywords which are very much important for the said problem statement, and then we try to fit these keywords into various sections or the subsections, or we just draw a diagram, any figure out of our imagination. Okay, so the basic thing, it is the literature review, and it is a very traditional, yes, it is very mandatory, but the traditional method to write down the literature review, it is very much tedious. So with the advent of technology, let us try to see that how we can change it. So now I am sharing one sample sheet. You all have written research papers. This is one of the sample sheet, we can refer it. So as you can see that there, this is basically excel sheet, and there are multiple column headings in it, and whatever we found out from a particular research paper, it is a very good practice to maintain one excel sheet. And we have to write down certain things, like we may write down the year, we may write down the research methodology, the sample design, or even what is the outcome of reading the so-called paper. So this is the traditional method. It is use of excel sheets. Let us see that how this traditional method, it can be converted into modern method. And in modern method, literature review is going to be there, but some pain of reading or scanning the literature existing in all the research paper, the pen will be lesson. ऐसा नहीं है that the literature review will not be written, or it will not be a time consuming process, but yes, it is going to be appealing one. It is going to be a super fast process if we use the tools. So this is the traditional method versus the modern method. Few I have depicted using the flow chart. So whether we have a problem statement or we do not have a problem statement, anyways we try to identify a topic in it. We then read the papers. I'm talking about the traditional method of literature review. So we read and read and read, and this reading continues for maybe days and months. During this reading process, we identify the key areas, the very much important components or the parts which are very much required for a particular research to be conducted. We try to cluster the documents as per the section. So suppose that we are looking for the smart agriculture. Suppose that this is the topic which we are looking for, and smart agriculture or precision agriculture, these are the topics. But we are not aware that which algorithm it is being used to make agriculture smart, or which are the various electronic devices which makes any agricultural process as to be a smart process. So what we do, we identify these key areas and then we cluster it. Then there might be certain agricultural processes, and these agricultural processes, they might be automated. Okay, so what we try to do after reading it, we try to write down in a form in one Excel sheet, and we try to form a cluster of documents, so that writing paper becomes very easy. There are multiple phases in this, and every time the more concentration it is about reading the papers and identifying the key areas. Of course, these are the main phases of the literature review. Of course, there are many other tools, like we have Prisma tool, which is being used to write down a literature review more systematically, or maybe in a more structured format. Apart from Prisma, I would say that with use of modern tools, the literature review process, it becomes very simple, very much easy. So what we have to do, we have to just identify a topic. As I have said that, if suppose for today's, maybe this webinar, I am going to use smart agriculture as the research key area. Then after identifying this key area, we have to use the tools, and then we have to write the papers. Few of the things, yes, writing papers, it is not we have to do this task. Chat GPT is not going to work to write papers, because if there is Chat GPT, then there is anti Chat GPT called as zero Chat GPT. So writing papers, again we have to do this thing. But yes, it can be done in more systematic and in more structured format if we use this particular research literature review tools. So how this can be done? So for that, I'm just going to explore. So now let us go to Chat GPT. Okay, and in Chat GPT, I am going to use first Chat GPT, and then we will see that how this literature review tools, they are beyond the boundaries of the Chat GPT. So let us see. So let us try to first take help of Chat GPT to write down a literature review. Why it is not, Chat GPT is not going to write literature review for us. Don't get so happy. But yes, I am trying to tell you that Chat GPT is one method where the key areas or the key points will be identified. So literature review on smart agriculture. Okay, so let us see what happens. Okay, so now it is giving us with the title, with the abstract. It has given us the introduction and multiple other sections which can be part of our paper or our article. So now we can go for any particular key area and we can explore it further. So things depends on us. So when we have discussed about agriculture, smart agriculture, at that time we were not aware that which technology or what is the trend of using of this smart agriculture, or what are the various keywords. But with using this Chat GPT, at least we have encountered few keywords like sensing and monitoring technologies, then data analytics and artificial intelligence, and there are number of things. So yes, it has given us some answer. Then try to be more smarter. So what I will write provide references to above. Okay, so let us see that ChatGPT, whether it helps us to write down certain references or not. Okay, it is generating the response. Okay, so ChatGPT has shared that it is telling that it is very much apologetic that it is not able to generate the references. However, there are at times ChatGPT gives us suggestions of certain research papers for the particular topic. And apart from that, ChatGPT has shared that you can the places from where you can extract the related paper. So it has given you can take the paper from Google Scholar, PubMed, IEEE Explore, and other. Okay, so ChatGPT, at least it is giving us some brief idea about what can be the research topics along with the section headings and subsection headings, and we can explore it. And yes, ChatGPT is mere a pointer for the naive user, a person who is new to that particular research field. ChatGPT is what we can say is just giving the guidelines. Of course, it is unable to give the extensive literature review which any research paper requires. So let us have this ChatGPT aside and talk about the research tools. I am sure that everybody amongst us nowadays is using ChatGPT, but one suggestion that please do not use ChatGPT to write any particular research paper. If there are students in this lecture, also in this webinar, so do not use ChatGPT to write your assignments, or even for that matter your email also, because there is zero ChatGPT. And whenever we are publishing any particular document, since zero ChatGPT, it is freely available, our document it is first checked for this use of artificial intelligence, apart from the plagiarism software like Turnitin or Original. So now let us see. So this was the first tool. We will see. We have seen the use of ChatGPT, and then we will see that there are some limitations of ChatGPT. That thing also we are going to explore in today's webinar. So let us see the first tool. So the name of the first tool, it is Citation Gecko, or we can say it is Citation Gecko. There are two different pronunciations for this same. So this is basically a tool which is helpful for the literature review. Okay, so there are two hyperlinks to explore this tool. As we move ahead with the tool, I will explain that what is this tool about. Okay, so now we want to explore this tool further. So you can see that there is a yellow button over here. So as of now, we are not going to click on this yellow button. We have to explore this Citation Gecko. So we will click over here. So click here to start exploring your literature. Okay, so now start discovering papers. So now, since we want to explore the papers, so the theme for today, it is smart agriculture. So I have written smart agriculture, and then I have to click on this search. Okay, so now we can see that there are multiple literature review, there are multiple research paper which are visible. Okay, so now what we have to do over here is by looking at the publication, or maybe by looking or reading at a particular title of the research article, we have to choose any one research paper as to be a seed research paper. So suppose that I am more interested in how UAN is useful in the smart agriculture, so I can select it as a seed paper. Seed paper, what is a seed paper? Seed paper is a paper which is at the base, and this seed paper, it uh, um, it is having multiple references, and also it is cited by multiple other research articles. So now this paper I have selected, and now I have clicked on add selected as seed papers. Okay. After that, what we can see that it is this paper. It was in 2020. Okay. And this is the paper. Okay. So this is the first thing. So now what we are not having the enough information about it. So now let us try to uh, try to write or try to add, sorry, more of the seed papers. So again, the same process we have to repeat, but this time instead of instead of having one seed papers, we will click on multiple papers. Or suppose that we wanted to explore all of these research papers, then there is a small cross tick near to title. So we will just click on it and say that add selected
Hello,
as
madam.
yes
Hello,
sir.
madam. One
Yes sir.
question: is there a
Yes
possibility
sir.
we can have multiple objective of two seed papers, two or more than two, three seed papers, and define the objective?
Yes sir.
That scenario also we can highlight. It will be great.
Okay, okay sir. Sure sir, sure. We are now we are not talking about only one scenario, which is smart agriculture. And after that, we will add more kind of seed papers into the existing one. So smart agriculture we have taken, then add selected as seed papers. Okay. So now we have to go over here. Then we can see that, okay, this is some type of pattern which is being displayed. Okay. All those which are in the yellow color, it indicates that these are the seed papers. These are the papers which we have selected in the earlier interface. So now if we are interested in this particular yellow dots, so we have to just click over it, and it gives us that, okay, there are number of articles which are using this seed paper for the citation purpose. So we can see that this is the year wise elaboration of the research articles. Suppose that we want to save this as image, so we have to just click on the save image. Okay. So I have just saved it as image, and we can just open this. So to to explore it, that how many seed papers are there pertaining to that particular topics which are of significance. So for that we can use this diagram. Then now suppose we have we need to have alternate view of this search. So we have to click over here. So now the earlier this particular view, it is as per year wise. Okay. And it is more like a list. Now we are looking for a cluster kind of uh, doc collection of documents. So for that we can see over here that we can see that there are seed papers, and these seed papers, they are surrounded by multiple other papers which are citing the seed papers. Okay. So as I have said that we can again save this image to get more idea about this, or if we want to explore about this, we can explore that which research paper or which research article it is. If we want to delete this particular seed, we can also delete this seed. Now if we want to add more seeds into it. Okay. So now we have this particular button, add more seeds. So now I have clicked on add more seeds, search for papers. And in this existing, suppose that I am more concerned about Internet of Things. So just click on it, and there are multiple topics over here, multiple research papers over here. So now whichever we feel like, either we may click on one or more than one research article, or we may click on the entire one. So maybe we have clicked on three, and these three, they will be added to the existing scenario. Okay, and as per that, if we want to explore more, or if we want to add more into it, we may add it. Suppose that so these are the papers which are being cited by research papers, and the next view of it, suppose that we are looking for paper citing the seed papers, we have to just click over this. Okay, so this is also possible. So this is the first tool, which is citation gecko. And this tool, it is very much important to understand that whichever paper we have selected, by looking at the title, what effect or what impact it is giving to the other research papers, so that we can have this collective, or we can have a cluster of these research articles ready for writing down the literature review. So next, so this was the first one. Next we will see, so chat gpt we have seen. uh, Give me one moment, just give me a minute. The second one, it is the open knowledge maps. So suppose that we are looking for a more thematic kind of literature review. Again, it is going to be a search engine which is going to create a cluster of documents. So for that, we can use open knowledge maps. So again, I'm going to write the same topic, smart agriculture. It is using PubMed or Web of Science. It is going to take some time to generate the cluster of documents in a form of some visual or some image. So as it is shown in citation gecko or in open knowledge map, we are using here images to supplement the literature review process. Okay, or instead of having a tedious literature review process, we are just using the tools so that our task gets very easy. Okay, so I have just written smart agriculture. If we want to add use of smart agriculture by using IoT or so, we can explore the topic. Okay, so now it is basically giving us a list of 100 documents. And since this is image, as I have shared that the typical method of reviewing literature exist in a particular research paper. For that, we have to scan the entire document just to identify that which are the key areas or which are the key words. Now if we use open knowledge map, it is giving us multiple keywords. Okay, and whichever keywords we are interested in, we have to explore that particular bubble or a circle. The size of the circle, it is proportional to the number of documents which that particular cluster is having. So every cluster is as I have said, that every bubble represents cluster of documents. So suppose that I am more into suppose that smart growth, or I am looking for the climatic changes. Okay, or how climate impacts the agriculture. So I will just click on this bubble. The As soon as I hover on this particular bubble, I can see that it has around 10 number of documents, and whichever document I want to explore over here, I have to click on that particular document. So Again, if I hover on that particular document, it is giving us the few details of that particular research article, as in its name, its date, the author, the name of journal issue. So all these things, they are being given. So we can explore. Likewise, on the right hand side, what we found that, okay, these are the papers. Suppose suppose that we are interested in a particular research paper. If we want to download it, we may download it. Okay, it is not available. There are few papers which are not available, and those with the open access we can download it. However, if even if this document, even if this is not downloaded, okay, we may download other documents, it is possible. We may cite this paper, and also we can export it. The key areas, they are being mentioned over here. Let us see if this particular PDF document, it gets open. Okay, so this is our document. So suppose that we are more interested, or we are now into a process of reading this document over here. We can read this, we can print, or we can download this particular document. So this how we have found out this particular
Excuse me,
research paper?
Madhavi.
By Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me.
Yes.
This is for all the participants. We have another 1 minute left for this meeting. If the meeting ends, please join the same link once again. There are few more interesting tools coming up, right? Thank you.
Okay, so this is the open knowledge maps, and we can explore it as per the diagram which we have, and we can have the documents in the PDF format. We can cite it, we can export it, and we can find the key areas of this particular literature review. Then the next tool, it is the lit maps. So let us go to the lit maps. As said, uh, the theme for today, it is smart agriculture. I have chosen this topic. So lit maps, and on that it is smart agriculture. So now it is giving us the list of research papers in which we might be interesting. So we have to choose any research paper out of it. Left hand side, on the left hand side, we can see that there are multiple articles which are being given over here, which are related to this particular diagram. So if we click on the bubble, so the article description, it will just pop up. And suppose that many a times it happens that we have to download the entire paper, read the abstract, and then we have to understand it. But sometimes the abstract, it is may not be, it might not be appealing. So in that case, we have to just ignore it. Okay, so the same thing, it can be given over here, is we have to just click on this particular bubble. Then here uh, it is giving us that it is cited by. Okay, then it is giving us the map relevance. Suppose that we want to change the parameters of the map relevance. We are more interested into cited by. Okay, so we can see that there is a change in this particular visualization. Suppose that we are more looking into date. So now we can over here, many a time we struggle to write to identify a research gap which exists for a particular topic, and at that time we look for research papers pertaining to maybe year, then year plus one, year plus two. So we look for a journey of research paper in that particular topic. So if we want to have such kind of journey, it helps us a lot in a literature review. So we can use date to follow this particular journey. So it gives us this path. If we are looking for title similarity, so it will generate the visualization as per the title similarity also. So again, we can see that there is one visualization which is being generated. We can now go back. Okay, so this is the lit maps, and we can use the lit maps for clustering the documents. Basically, when we write a particular literature review, at that time, in the traditional method, we have to cluster the documents after reading them or after scanning them. We prepare maybe multiple folders in our computer. We try to cluster it, or we use Excel sheets, or we use pen and paper to identify the clusters in the research paper. But with using these tools, we can do a lot more things which can be helpful for the literature review purpose. So now let us go to the next tools. Again, the next tools, it is the connected papers. Okay, so the similar, these are basically everything. So when we talk about these tools, clustering algorithm, it is being used over here. So let us again write down the keyword. Okay, again select some, what we can say, a research title, and then we can see that using this connected papers, we can see that how this particular research paper, it might be possible that this research paper, it is written by ourselves also. So how this the research paper which is written by us or amongst us, how this research paper, it is influencing other authors who are citing our research paper. If suppose that as author I want to check this, then this can be easily seen. So now suppose if we are interested in choosing other paper as the seed paper, we have to just click on the particular seed paper. On the right hand side, we can see that the things are made very much simple for us. So abstract and other details, or a brief description about that research paper, it is being given. And if we want to expand this, then we can expand it. So now we can see that there are title of papers are given, authors are given, year is given, citation is given, the reference is also given, and similarity to origin. Origin is the research paper which we have selected as the what we can say, seed research paper. Suppose that we are into more about the literature review as per the year, we may just sort it out as per the year. So from 2021, it is showing us the research. Okay, if we want to download it, we can also download it. We can sort it as per citations or as per the referencing. Okay, and suppose we want to go to the original one. Okay, to the previous interface, just say collapse, and it will return back to the earlier one. And next, Next is the carrot 2. So carrot 2, it is one of the research tool, as it is as we have seen in the open knowledge maps. There was a facility that we can have it. For the general management we can use web, and for PubMed, if we are more into life sciences, we may use PubMed as the research database. So again we have to write down as some key area. So we are writing key area. So smart agriculture. There is, while we are searching for the keyword or the key area, we may also click on the options. So after clicking on the options, it gives us that this particular carrot too, it considers research paper in few languages and for few countries. So language, we can see that it is all English, French, German, Italian, Spanish. And country, we can see that there are 8 different countries. Okay, and these are the countries whose research papers are only considered. Okay, so they have their own scope which is well defined by them. So smart agriculture, just search it. Okay, so the first view which the carrot 2 tool it is giving us, it is in the form of a list. So we are new to the topic. Somebody has just maybe discussed about smart agriculture as the next research project for us, and we are not able to identify the key areas. So in that particular case, we can just go to the list and we can see that it has a number of points or various sections. Okay, so smart agriculture, it is related to the multiple sections, and the sections along with the number of documents which the carrot 2 is holding, it is giving us the number also. Like suppose if we talk about farming, production and population, there are 7 documents pertaining to this. If we are talking about climate smart change effect, then there are 6 documents. Okay, so we have this particular list. Now these are the list of documents, and also we can see that there are multiple articles including Wikipedia which are given over here. So these are the basic documents which are being considered for this particular topic. So we can, there are 119 research articles, or articles I would say, pertaining to the keyword which we have to search. Okay, so this is a list view of the topic which we have searched for. Likewise, we can have a tree map related to it. So this is the tree map. Okay, so a picture is said to be as compared to the 1,000 words. Okay, so if we have this image, so this image is telling us the gravity of the research. Like more research, it is related to farming, production, population, as compared to circular economy. Okay, or as compared to other topics, maybe related to the dynamic soil. Okay, as compared to the World Bank, because more of research it is into farming and production. Now this insight, it can be taken in 2 ways. Okay, suppose that we are looking for a new topic which is similar to smart agriculture, and we are thinking about on which lines our smart agriculture topic should be. So we may go with the popular trend like farming, production, population. We may go with this trend which is the booming trend in the smart agriculture. Okay, but if suppose we want our research area to be a very niche one, so I would say that go for the topic in which there are very few documents. Okay, so if we say like something like days, tools or dynamic soil, so we may have what we found out, that this is the research gap. uh, people are not people are not aware about this topic, so we can explore this topic more. So this is the tree map view of the list of documents which was shown earlier. So earlier it was a list, then we have a tree map, and the last it is the pie chart. Okay, or we call it as a sunburst chart also. So very beautiful chart this is. So it is giving us the broad topics related to the said smart agriculture. So carbon assessment, booster, food security, and there are the multiple subtopics also. Okay, so related to climate smart change effect. Suppose we are more interested in knowing that how the climatic change is impacting the agriculture. Okay, in India, maybe if this is the research article all about, so we will be just concerned about this particular pie of this sunburst chart. And likewise we can explore the topics over here. Okay, so this is tool. One more tool, if we have time we can see just one last tool. Again the same, we can say more, this tool can be more useful for any author. So maybe smart agriculture, if we want to see. Okay, so write down the key term and stats about this particular key term, it will be displayed. Okay, so if we have come across this particular research paper, then we come to know that it is cited by so many people, it is citing so many, the year of the publication, whether it is easily freely available or not. Okay, other stats they are generating. So published year, then page rank. So basically it gives us more information which are related to numbers. Okay, so recent papers by top 100 authors, the most important recent papers. Okay, so it is telling us that in this particular area, which is the most recent one, or which are the top authors. Suppose that as an author I want to collaborate with other authors who are more popular or who have recently published their research article, I may want to collab with them. So this is the best avenue. It gives us information about the research paper and author, and if we like to collaborate with them, so we may just ask to them. So this we can explore. Then one more thing, that many a times we are not aware that it is highly possible that we are interested in a particular research topic. We have written a research paper, but we are not aware that in which journal we should publish our research paper. We are not aware about it, and we try to identify the journal. Then we go to the journal's website, then we see that whether there is a journal which is suiting my uh, theme or title. So I would say that instead of doing that particular process, which is of course a very slow process, so we may go to Insightful XYZ, and there we may find, then we will find out that okay, there are number of journals which are the top journals, and these are the top journals which are promoting research related to a particular topic. Okay, so this was the last tool for today. And the theme of this webinar, it was related to literature review, which is beyond the boundaries of ChatGPT. So if we just uh, write down this particular research tools in the ChatGPT, some of the information about some of the tools, it will be given by the ChatGPT. but those tools which are recently which are developed, about them even the chat gpt it is not aware. So if you search carrot 2, then chat gpt it is not aware. If we search for citation gecko, chat gpt it is not aware of it. The reason behind it, if we just take one more minute so to write down the limitations of chat gpt. So what we found out, so just last search for today, limitations of chat gpt. So though nowadays we fully many a times we rely on chat gpt for most of the tasks, but chat gpt it is trained till year 2021. So after 2021 it is going to require few more years to know more about a particular topic. It has some hint. If we talk about citation gecko, so it can give us a hint about this particular tool, but it is fully not aware of this.
Ma'am, one request. If
Yes
it
sir,
is, this
please.
is the free version. Just to add to what you're saying,
Yes sir.
if you see on your left bottom, it is saying upgrade to plus.
Okay sir.
So if you do, it's 1600 rupees per month. If
Okay.
you do upgrade to plus, it integrates with Bing search. So it
Okay.
can do Bing search and give you the latest results.
Okay sir.
That is
Okay.
one. Second is this is how I like. This was very extensive list of tools, but just the one I use is a little different. Like what I do is I ask ChatGPT research questions, like give me research questions on this topic
Yes sir.
or whatever research question I have, and then I use Elicit, ELICIT, elicit.org. So you can actually give a research question on that, because a lot of times when you're doing research, you don't know the seed,
Yes. Yes.
what to start on carrot or insight. You don't know the seed. So when I don't know the seed, I will ask a research question. I'll ask ChatGPT, give me 10 research questions on this topic. It will give me research question. I'll copy paste that research question into elicit.org. That will try to give me 10 papers answering those questions like TLDR, and I will use those 10 papers from Elicit into Insightful
Okay.
to see the graph.
Mrityunjay,
So the seed I get from Elicit.
this was exactly precisely my question also to madam. I said that seed is not clear. We are going to form a combination of seeds by reverse engineering method. We have to find out what exactly will be. It can be a combination of multiple seeds.
Okay.
So
Madhavi madam, that
Yes
is what
sir.
I am saying. Directly, if you know the seed, it is fine. If you don't know the seed, if it's a combination of 2-3 seed papers and then doing it, that is the exact problem. You have to optimize and identify. Then exactly we will boil down to exact zero down to that research condition.
So what
Yes.
I do
This
is
is
I
what I
get
was
the
No,
asking.
let me just
the
come in.
research question.
Yeah. One second. Mrityunjay and Dr. Pradeep. See, the idea was to introduce the tools to the members. These tools,
Yeah,
many
no,
of us
ma'am.
we
I'm
are
just saying
knowing.
that if it is
So this is
what
the
to do
first
if we don't have
discussion.
the
We
seed.
can take this
Yes.
similar webinar again also, where we can dive in. But the idea was to introduce. There are 6 tools, which we have seen. I personally was not aware of many of them, right? So the idea was to just
Yeah, me too.
introduce and just show you what all tools available which can help you in the journey, and then we all can together explore it. Maybe we can invite Madhavi again to maybe
Yes.
take us through the deeper version of it.
That is what
Yeah,
I
we
was
need
also
one more
trying to.
session from
One second,
Madhuri, ma'am.
Mrityunjay. That is also what I'm saying. Madhavi madam, can be in our panel also to take this thing forward to map exactly the journals exactly to identify on quantum, all these things where we can head
Exactly.
through in for
Exactly.
ICBMI itself. That was what I was saying as a suggestion also.
Yes, yes,
Hello,
yes.
madam.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
my voice is audible.
Yes,
My
sir.
voice is audible.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. You are conducting very nice webinar,
Thank you, sir.
because I am doing my research from 2012 and 13, because but I am don't know about this particular tool, and it is, yes, it is very difficult task to review the literature,
Yes, sir.
because I have
Yes,
to
sir.
find out, yes, I have to find out the many papers, and by reading all the papers, I have to find out some particular, that means the yeah, literature. So it is very difficult, but today I know there are different type of tools are there, but I never use this particular tool, so it is very useful for me and for my student. Thank you very much, madam.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And as madam has said that these are tools, 6 to 7 tools we have seen. There are few more tools also which are used for the literature review. So maybe as time permits, we can check with the other tools also, because most of the times when we write a paper, it becomes very monotonous, that either it has theory, it has some diagram. So if I am writing a paper on internet of things, more or less everybody will have the same diagram. So instead of having that diagram in the context, if we draw a particular diagram or maybe a graph which is into literature review, I think that for editors also it becomes very easy to filter our paper for the publishing purpose. And different dimensions related to literature review we can give to the readers also, that okay, this is the new way of looking at the research. So yes, we can draw multiple diagrams just to add new dimensions to our literature. And if we have time, there are few more tools, and we will conduct maybe one more
Yes,
webinar soon or
yes.
later, and we will explore more tools. Yes.
Yeah. I think we will stop for today and let people go back and try out these tools at least, and then we will conduct it once again. And by then, probably you must have explored it, and we can just have more questions, more deeper discussion, right? So the idea was to just tell you that these tools are available, which can make your boring task look a little interesting, and save your little energy, and more make your research literature more interesting for others also to read, right? So do use any one of them. Madam keeps on using carrot, radish, and whatnot. I just keep on teasing her that your diagrams are so good because you use all healthy things, So let's try and use these diagrams for our research. Right? Thank you so much. If you have any question,
Yes, thank
Madhvi,
you,
I'll
ma'am.
request you to put your email ID. In case if they have any further question, they can directly write to you. And yeah, people
Yes.
are asking for few people are asking for PPT. I don't think Madhvi has got PPT. Madhvi, do you have a PPT here? I think she's showing us everything
No,
live.
ma'am, just four
But then we will
slides
try to.
actually.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we will try
So
to,
No,
what
or
we
at least I
if you
can.
can have everything as heads up for us, it would be great.
Correct, correct. So we will prepare one document and share with all of you, which will at least
Yes.
give you some ready reference kind of thing, right? So just give us some days, and recording, yes, we'll share it with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Ma'am, should I also leave?
yeah, yeah, yes.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Good night.
Ma'am, should I
Madhvi,
leave or wait?
नहीं
Yes.
नहीं, I was just thinking we should have taken a photograph. वो रह गया.
ठीक है, बात नहीं, मैं और टूल्स पढ़ाई कर रही हूँ, सो वो करते हैं, मतलब आप अगर परमिशन देंगे तो कुछ दिनों में वो और एक वेबिनार भी लेंगे, फोटोज तो होते रहते हैं मैम।
नहीं नहीं, और करना ही है, ये सब ऑनगोइंग रहना है. अभी प्रदीप, डॉक्टर प्रदीप भी कुछ लेंगे क्वांटम के ऊपर, उनका भी पेंडिंग है. तो
That is what I'm also saying. इसके लिए मदद चाहिए. I want her help also. इसके लिए ये बीच में थोड़ा you can integrate her with this thing and हमारा काम तो आसान हो जाएगा ना. I want to do
certainly,
something, but
certainly.
if you can summarize, नहीं
She is there in the
summarize
group,
करने में
no?
हमारा काम
Dr. Pradeep, you can directly
हाँ.
talk to her. She is there
yeah
in the
yeah we'll
core
talk
group.
to her on that. Yeah, ठीक है.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But then
Okay.
she
Thank you, ma'am.
actually makes this literature review very interesting part of your reading, you know. Otherwise, normally people
Multiple
skip.
things also. Yeah. Multiple things though, it is there in optimization. I think research paper will be easier. हमारा काम, we don't have to really have brains only. We need the ultimate seed or anything as she says. For that, उसके लिए कोई optimization techniques है, वो मदद चाहिए. What are the other tools which are there? ये सब heads up देने में हमारा काम. If she can
तो ऐसे है
summarize
ना,
that,
जैसे वो
एक
मृत्युंजय
PPT
ने
or
बताया, elicit use करके you get some research question and then you can proceed. So
वही
you can
सवाल
use
मैंने
a
भी पूछा है.
combination.
I said that yeah, if we know the optimizing way how to get the seed, that will be हमारा काम तो आसान हो जाएगा. We can, I mean, mathematically speaking, there is
नहीं पर ना,
optimization.
नहीं
What
नहीं,
we are
पर
trying to do
बच्चों को
multiple
see,
objectives.
I think around 46, 47 people were there. मतलब students were there. So I never wanted to them to bypass learning phase. You know, they will never learn. They will never appreciate
That is
the.
true.
So for them, it is good that they follow the entire process.
No, that is true for starting, but I think we need to summarize all these things and we need to start implementation.
Correct, correct.
Implementation तो शुरू करना है. हाँ. ठीक है. Okay, ma'am. Good night. Bye.
Bye. Good night. Good night.
Bye sir.
Bye.